Okay, guys, it's going to be a quick video. We're going to make the drawing for our fidget spinner. This is what it's going to look like when it's all done. So to start this, go ahead and open up your Fusion. Come up here. If you have a drawing open already, come up here to New Design. That'll open up a new drawing for you. And click Create Sketch. And remember, we always want to click on this red-green plane right here. So we're going to start out on that. That's the XY plane. And one thing you need to check real quick is document settings right here. Click the caret. We're going to switch this to millimeters and say OK to that. Click on a circle, snap it into my origin here. And this first circle is going to be 22 millimeters. Then I'm going to go ahead and draw another circle. I'm just pushing C on my keyboard to get into circle. I'm going to draw another one that's 52. And I'm going to draw another one that's 82. And once I type in the size I want them to be, I just push enter to input that. And these two outside circles here, I usually drag my dimensions out just to kind of clean it up a little bit. These two outside circles, I want those to be construction lines. They're reference lines. So if you just click on them, you can either right click and switch them to construction, or you can click on it and just push X, and that'll switch it to a construction line. I'm going to go ahead and draw another circle. Doesn't matter really where it is. We're going to adjust its location. Let's make that 20. So we'll do one roughly somewhere up there. We'll do another one roughly down here. We'll do another one roughly right here, 20. Now we can constrain these a little bit more. So first thing we're going to say is we want these to be coincident. So I'm going to click this coincident constraint. These are all constraints right here. And I want this circle to be coincident to that circle. So now if I drag this around, it'll stay on that circle. And we can do the same thing with the other two circles. Make that constant, make that constant, just like that. Then on this one, I want this circle to be vertical of my origin. So I'm going to click on this horizontal vertical right here. And I'm going to click that and click that. And that's going to make that vertical. And now, if you click and try and drag this, it should be locked in. It shouldn't be able to move anywhere. Now, this is kind of a little bit of a weird way to do this, but we're going to go ahead and draw and it can just be a short little line like that. And then a line out to the midpoint of this, and a line out to the midpoint of that. So I have a line from the origin coming to the center of that, origin coming to the center of this. I can still move them, and that line should move with that circle. But what that allows you to do is that allows you to take the dimension, the sketch dimension tool. If it isn't on the top on yours, if you click on it, click on this pull down right here, it will be right here. Or it tells you the hotkey right there is D. So if you push D on your keyboard, you'll be able to get that sketch dimension. So I'm just going to click this vertical line. Then I'm going to click the line that goes to my circle. And I want to set that to 120 degrees. And then same thing on this side from there to there. I want that to be 120. Good. And once you dimension that, it should turn black, and you should be able to click on it and drag it and it not move. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw some larger circles. So remember, C again is the hotkey for circle. And make those 30. We're going to do that to all three of these circles. 30, 30, 30. And this second outer circle is a checkpoint for you. It should come right out to that circle. If it isn't, you have something wrong in your sketch. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a big circle out here, big circle out there, big circle right here. Don't worry about the size of them, because what we're going to do is we're going to use a tangent constraint. Constrain that to that, and that to that. And that's going to justify the size of it. And actually, let's go ahead and put a dimension. Let's go ahead and make those. Yeah, let's make them 62. That is not 62. 62. There we go, that's better. Last thing I want to do is kind of clean this up a little bit. So I'm going to push T for trim. And I'm going to come around and trim some of this out. Clean it up. It is kind of confusing because we do have a dimension extension line that comes out here. If you're not sure if you're trimming lines or extension lines, if you watch really close, a line is thicker, a dimension line is thinner. The other thing you can do to double check that is if you click on that dimension and drag it around, you see how the line disappears right here, and then it disappears over on the other side. So those are trimmed up. I want to also trim that, and that, and that, and that, and all of these. Yeah, you can see the same things going on there if I click and drag that around. I did, in fact, trim that line off. So now we can say finish sketch. And let's extrude this. How thick did I extrude this one? I cannot remember. I think it was 7. Yeah, 7. So extrude this whole thing. And you can either click and drag on the arrow, or you can just type in 7, enter, and that will make that 7 thick. Next thing we need to do is we need to insert a little bit of text on here. So I'm just going to click on this surface. You'll see I'm only clicking on the top surface there. And remember, if you hold shift and then click and hold on the scroll wheel, that'll let you orbit. And then just clicking on the scroll wheel lets you pan. And then rolling it in and out, zoomed in and out. So I'm only sketching on the surface here. And I can either click on the surface and then come up and click create sketch, or I can click on the surface, right click, and come down to create sketch. Either way, it does the exact same thing. We're going to create some text. And we are going to put obviously don't put Brandon, put your last name. And then put the date in there, whatever the year is. The size we're going to have to play around with a little bit. Let's align it to the center. And let's play around with text heights a little bit. And yours might be slightly different than mine. And that is okay. So I'm just going to get it kind of close. Let's look at the fonts. Now with these fonts, if you scroll all the way up to the top, there's going to be a .shx, and that stands for single line text. As you scroll down, you're going to see there's a line. These are regular text down here. What we want is any of the single line text you can pick from. So you can go through any of these and pick one that you like. Sure, I'm going to say that one. And I'm going to make my text just a little bit smaller because we are going to put a chamfer on these circles, and it will come out to probably about here or so. Let's try 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 will be okay. Say okay to that. I'm going to center mine just a little bit more. Top to bottom, left to right. That looks good there. I'm going to finish the sketch. And that's all we're going to do for the drawing on this. The next part is switching over to the manufacturer. And I'll give you a little preview on that. When we switch over to manufacturer, we do need to remember our units are in inches. And if yours aren't in inches right now, that just makes it easier for us to measure our material. Even though we drew it in metric, we can switch it over to inches, and that's fine. If yours isn't in inches, click the little sheet right here, unit type. We want to switch it to inches.